What is up, guys? In today's tutorial we're going to be working in Photoshop with a quote poster, and to do that we're going to open up Photoshop, and then we're going to go ahead and press new. Make sure we switch over here to inches, and let's go ahead and switch our width over to 8.5. We're going to switch our height over to 11 and work at like 72, and our title right here, we'll go ahead and name it quote poster, and we're gonna go ahead and click create. That will give us a blank document just like so. And now for those of you that are new to Photoshop, I just want to let you know that we're going to be coloring in the background. There's different methods to doing that. We have here our paint bucket. If you leave it pressed, hidden menu pops up. So we have our paint bucket and we have our gradient bucket. So first let me show you what the paint bucket will do. The paint bucket, if you go down here to your color choices, you can double click on this top color. That's your foreground color, and you can go ahead and choose whatever color you want. Click OK, and under your background layer you can just go ahead and press in there and it changes the color. So if you want to change it over to, say, a blue or something, make sure you're on background, click, and it changes to blue. Now let me show you how you can use the gradient tool. If you leave it pressed right here, you can select the gradient tool. Up here you will notice that right now currently it's from blue to white, and then there's a bunch of other gradients that you can choose from if you wanted to choose anything from there. But let's go ahead and go with the blue and white. Now the reason why this is blue and white is because down here we have blue and white. So if I were to select the background color and change this to maybe, say, a darker blue, it will now be a blue to a dark blue. So with this one selected, I can click at the top and drag down to the bottom, and it creates a gradient. I also have up here different methods. So this one is a radial gradient, so I can start it from here and it creates like a circle. This one creates like a line around just like so. This one will create the white line in the center, dark here, and this one kind of creates like a diamond like shape, depending which one you like. I kind of like the radial, and so I'll use something like that for mine. And so now we need to work with quote posters. So I'm gonna just go ahead and open up right here and go online and look up quote posters. Go to images. I'm just gonna look for something that kind of inspires me. Let's see here. Good things take time. And I love this one actually, because in Photoshop, you know, it takes time to create something great. Something great can't just be done in 5-10 minutes. You actually have to think hard about it and, you know, work on your project and find reasons to why you're going to be doing things. So with that being said, I'll go ahead and use this one right here. Good things take time. That's a great quote. So I'm going to go ahead and select my type tool, which is the letter T. And just by pressing down one time, I can go ahead and type good. And you'll notice that my letters are coming out blue as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just highlight my letters just like that. Go ahead and click on this color and go ahead and switch those over to white, at least for right now, because I want to be able to see what I'm writing. And then I'll go ahead and grab my type tool again. Select here, things, select my type tool again, take, go back to my selection, and then type tool again, time. Good things take time. I believe that's the quote. Good things take time. Yes, that is the quote. So now I'm just going to go ahead and start playing around with how I can do this. So if I want to move specific words around, I need to make sure that I select those specific words, And I have to also make sure that I have the selection tool selected. So good, go ahead and move it right around there. Things, I'll move it right around there. Take, right around there. And then time over here. So if I can, by holding down Control on my keyboard, I can select multiple ones and then just go ahead and kind of center this out. I'm going to go ahead and work with my shape tools right here a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and make a rectangle down the side and switch that rectangle over to a gray color, just like that. And let me zoom in just a little bit. I'm going to Control T, maybe make this a little bit smaller, just like that. And let's see here. By holding down Alt on my keyboard, you'll see that two little black and white mouses show up, pointers, and that allows me to duplicate what I have. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that over. Bring it over like so. Good, things. Go ahead and change the font for things. And for time. Go ahead and move time there. Good, things, take. So one thing that I want to point out here is that I started resizing my letters. The reason why I did that is because I want to make emphasis on certain words, and in order to be able to do that, I have to make some of them larger, right? So the way you make letters larger is by pressing Control T on your keyboard, and that brings up your transformation tools. And then holding Shift, you can resize them from the corners. Make sure you always hold Shift and do not forget to hold Shift. And so from here, I'll just start playing with the letters. Good, things, take, time. This one, I'm actually going to put it off to the side. Maybe even bring it, oops, no. Make a copy of this one and Control T, rotate it, put this one up here, make a copy and bring it down here. Then I'm actually going to make another copy and I'm going to bring it in just like so, like that, and make it a lot thinner. Now you'll notice that I'm zooming in and out from my image. The way you zoom in and out is by pressing Control minus and Control plus on the keyboard. That allows you to zoom out, and zoom in. Good, things, take, time. And one thing that I'm going to go ahead and look for here is to search up time, not Time Warner, just time. And then once this loads up, I'm going to pretty much look for images. Look for anything that looks remotely cool as far as time is concerned, like something like this maybe. And I'm going to view image, go ahead and press copy image, and then I'll bring that over here and paste that image. Now right here, what I'm going to do, and this is a little advanced for those of you that are new, but for everybody else that's worked with Photoshop before, what you can do is go up here to where it says normal. Go ahead and change the blend mode. I'm going to go with something like overlay. And just put it somewhere there. Maybe even darken color. No. You can play around with these to find out which ones you kind of like. This one actually looks pretty cool. I'm going to just go ahead and put this at the bottom of all these. The bottom of all those. There we go. And I might even stretch this out a little bit. Just like so. And then lower my opacity down a bit so you only see part of it. And now that I have all that, I'm going to just work with having this be centered out. There you go. So I'm pretty much done. Good things take time. So this is a really quick tutorial, guys, on how you can kind of create something like this. And I want you guys to kind of watch the steps that I did. If you have any questions as far as how things can be done, just go ahead and let me know. But remember, this is part 2 of graphic design. So those of you that already know how to use Photoshop, you know, make me something that looks good, something that looks nice. I know we've done something like this before in the past, but I just want to like refresh your mind on how we're doing things here. And I also want to get every other student that is new to my class on the right track. So let's go ahead and get something like this done, 8.5 by 11. And then once you're done, make sure you save it as a Photoshop file, and then you save it as a JPEG at the very end. Once you're done with your JPEG, just make sure that you save it in your folder, quote poster, save, and then you submit it onto Schoology. Thank you guys, that's all for today, and I'll see you